the lip syncing. I have gone to the Art Institute, I think the one in Dunwoody, and I've done a course on lip syncing, and I'll do more later. But it's really interesting when you start getting that intuition. You just start knowing, like, okay, you can feel out each character just by the sound.
Wow. This is, I love cartoons. I love animation, and I've always wanted to do it. I always wanted to do comics. I love drawing. Drawing is my thing.
I've seen your artwork.
Thank you. But I've always felt intimidated because, and I'm working on a mobile game, and it's like you have to draw the character very similar, frame after frame, and show the movement. And I believe in art being free to do whatever. So I start feeling like a Xerox machine after a while. And it's like, how do people do this? How do you force yourself to draw the hand, the face, the ear, this part, frame after frame, page after page?
A lot of animators spend time studying the style of a character or of a show, and they just get in the rhythm of that, so where you naturally start doing it. Like your hands are going to keep looking like that because you've practiced this so many times. Also, a lot of times the animators are just in charge of the movement, and you have a cleanup artist who'll go back and make sure it's exact. So, you wouldn't be sitting there like
putting one thing by yourself, all this big thing.
It's a big task if you're doing it by yourself.
Dang.
The one-man show.
Yeah. I guess that's the part then that I'm missing. Those things get done in teams, and I realize that. I do know that. I just don't know. I know that because I look at the end, the credits, and like with movies, there's like thousands of names.
But if you see the loose line work of the animators, it could just be like kind of almost kind of scribbly like, and then somebody else is like, oh well, the eyes are actually this size and the eyebrow is that size, and it's yeah.
So you've taught classes. You're working on Archer. Is that still happening?
Yeah, I started on season 3, and we're currently on season 6.
Wow, I need to catch up. I've been missing out.
Just start at season 6. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then go backwards because you'll want to see what happened before.
Yeah. I think I've watched 3 or 4 seasons. I think.
Oh, then you're good. Yeah, you've got a gist.
I started in the beginning. Yeah.
It is getting amazing. Yeah. When I started, there weren't any opportunities for a traditional animator like myself to just jump in and start doing frame by frame animation because we have a set style and we have a set budget. But now, especially season 6, we have 2D animators who are going in the action shots and then going in frame by frame. It is just smooth. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed a lot of that. The artwork is very clean, and I also really like the style. I like the whole illustrator style. Yeah, I really like it. So tell me more about ASIFA. What moves you to give to the community and put in that work? Because I don't think you have a big paycheck when it comes to ASIFA.
We have 0. We have negative. Everything comes out of pocket. It'll cost you X amount of money each year to continue. It's 100% volunteer. Yeah.
If I join, are there fees? Are there dues?
If you join, currently, the general public is $40, and the students are $35
per year.
Yeah, per year. But that's compared to like California, that's like $200.
Oh wow!
And I don't know what New York is at right now.
Is that because they have a lot of programs or a lot of programming?
Because they've got companies that will pay for all their employees to sign up.
Oh,
and
I see.
They've got the
budget's out there for it.
Yeah, the pool's out there. Atlanta's a lot smaller, especially for animation. We're starting up.
Because Turner is the only game in town right now, right? Cartoon Network, whatever.
That's probably one of the big ones.
There's other.
That's the one everyone references when they go, "Oh, Cartoon Network."
It's right there off the highway.
Yeah. You say animation. Oh, you must work at Cartoon Network.
Right.
There are other studios. It certainly is the most recognizable one.
Yeah. I think I do know of other studios, but they're very small teams.
I started making a map of all the studios, animation studios.
Are they is it online?
Yes, map? It is, and I'm working on adding all the art supply stores. I've already gotten all the art schools. And organizations. All animation organizations have been added.
What's the web address for that?
Oh, I don't have it on my head. It's like XYZ, parentheses, etc.
Okay.
It's not smooth out yet. But I can still forward it to people. Mm-hmm. I am adding to it constantly as people tell me what's here and there. And I want to find out how I can make it more personal. But when I was in school searching for a job, it was really difficult because things were out of state and I knew I couldn't leave my family. And also finding the ones in town, I didn't know what programs they were using. You had to make so many phone calls and emails and hoping they'd get back to you before your assignment was due. And I don't think that should be. I think people, if they just want to figure out what studio does what and what programs and what they're looking for, they should just have a place where they can go and just get all of it.
Right.
So I'm just offering that to the public.
That's good.
Been working on that for a little bit, but it's one of my side passions and it makes me excited. So you got to do things you love.
Yes. Yeah. So back to ASIFA. There's a big screening coming up.
Roll Your Own in July on the 14th, Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Plaza Theater.
Wow. And do you do those regularly? Are there any other
Every
ones
year.
later on this year? Roll Your Own is once a year.
Yes.
And you have other screenings?
We have other screenings. They do fluctuate between what screening it's going to be because it is a volunteer organization and it's based on who has time and energy. So if we don't get a lot of support for one event, we may opt for another one.
So you send out an email to all your members and say, look, this is what we're thinking about for the next screening. Here's the theme. And you wait for responses? Or
No, we have a core group of 7 people. And on any event, we may have at most 5 people working on it. And some events, 1 person is working on it. So it's a really small group of people. And none of us are full-time working with ASIFA. We all have our own jobs that we do. And then we squeeze in this huge organization.
Yeah.
After Roll Your Own, we are going to do International Animation Day, I believe. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure which day we're going to do it on.
There's something that happens in November. I forgot what it was. I know there's another.
Yeah, there are a bunch of events. But we are going to narrow it down this year to maybe 1 or 2 more events. Just because a lot of us have had like life-changing things happen this year. And it's just going to, the way we don't fall apart is to just accommodate for everyone.
Yeah. Very good. Because I know okay, what about workshops and stuff for your members? Or, well, I guess because everybody's an animator, but do you share new stuff with each other? Or because I want to learn, but I don't have time to go to school. Definitely don't have the money for it, the budget. But I like to hang out with animators who are doing something. Because you did that one, and I couldn't make it a couple years ago.
12 and 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is based on Scout McCloud's 24-hour challenge.
Yes.
And that's a way for animators to meet other animators and to do like a mini interview how you work on a project.
Yes. So any of those coming up, or do you do those regularly? Are you planning on it?
You know, I have asked around about the location to have it at. It's still in the works. If it does happen this year, it'll be later on this year, probably in the fall or winter. But it's still up in the air because we have to find the manpower and somebody has to say, yes, you can use this room, you can use these computers. It's a lot of groundwork before we can figure out if something's going to be able to happen or not.
Right. I think last year, I think Castleberry, you had an event.
Taste do animation?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you had 2 animators sitting there working on the white tables, the light tables.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like that's the stuff I don't need to see. I need to sit there and kind of take it in. You know, I think I'm a quick learner, but I still like the opportunity to sit around.
It's really important that we keep getting animators together and that we keep them animating because this industry is one that people fall out of left and right.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Well, it's a lot. If you don't stay connected and you don't stay busy, then you're gonna fall out. It's like the law of inertia. Things in motion stay in motion. Things at rest stay at rest.
Sure.
So the second you get at rest and you get comfortable, you're probably not gonna start animating again. No. It's gonna be that thing you talk about that you used to do.
Yeah, you young whippersnappers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So many times I hear that, I'm like, oh, I used to get into that, and I always thought about doing this and that. And if you don't keep with it, you don't stay moving. Even if you're doing something that isn't ideal, then when you slow down, you're not coming back.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because I can feel some of my skills falling off when I haven't drawn markers for so long. They're like, yeah, I got set up markers, I can do that. And then it doesn't come out. You're like, what happened? This is the practice. You kind of get rusty. Yep.
I know what you're talking about. I did the Zine Fest a few weeks ago. That's my first time having a table where I was only selling my merchandise and only showing my work. And I decided to do portraits. And I love crayons. I used to do crayons all the time. I would do like tons of these color murals, and brought my crayons out. I'd, get back in the old days, get into the Allyssa vibe. The second my crayon hit the paper, I remembered how long it's been since I've done this.
Yeah.
And I had to start busting it through, and it took me a while to get my rhythm again. Yeah. Whew, that was a wake-up call. You better use it or lose it.
That's right. Yeah. That's got to stay on it. Where is your work at online? Your personal work. You said you sat down with some of your stuff at the table. You had your stuff.
Oh,
what stuff
yeah. I had I have an animation company that I'm starting as an animation resource. Like how I'm doing the map of where everything is to give people. I'd also like people to be able to find jobs. Maybe a classified listing of all that. Right now I work with ASIFA, and I do that kind of work. So a lot of stuff I want to do for my company, I'm doing for ASIFA now, just to get my hands wet. If there's like a profile page or artists can get together, then I want to start doing things like that. If there's workshops or classes that tons of groups and organizations and clubs offer, but they don't send it out to everyone. They only send it to their members, though it is open to everyone. So that kind of information needs to be out there. It needs to be categorized to where you can go to one place. So I think getting everyone, even ASIFA, on the same board where we're all can at least talk to each other, then you'll have less people who see things happening and not knowing how they can be a part of it.
Yeah, and that includes me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to. But I need to know way ahead of time. So
yeah.
I can put that in the schedule, So the sooner the better. But what about your work, your personal work, your artwork? Your
what I had on the table?
Yeah.
I had a lot of stuff that was like physical, tangible stuff, and I have links to it that I was giving people, but the site is not up yet.
Okay.
I do have my personal work, which is just, I'm not going to tell you what.
What? Not yet?
It's my diary.
Oh, it's your diary.
Of all my stuff that I'm making. I mean, my artwork is like my diary pages. And when I need a job, I pull them out. Because I'm like, you need to see it. Okay.
I see.
For exposure, I should start putting my work out there more. But I'm more focused on what I want to do with my life. I want to be an animator. I want to continue bringing drawings to life. And I want to help other animators reach their dreams. Not so much promote my individual films and illustrations. Like I'm working on a film now for Ocean View Park in Alaska. And this is the first distant project that I've done. Like it's like further than New York. It's like it's going to cost me a plane ticket to go out there and go see my work.
Wow.
And that one, I'll post it when it's done to different shows and stuff like that. But I guess I haven't taken a huge approach to my personal
portfolio
site. Yeah.
Public portfolio.
My portfolio has mostly been my resourcing with other people.
But I think, I just asked because I think every artist has a portfolio somewhere.
Yeah, I do.
But it's not open to the public.
It's not open to the public.
Because you don't need to see that.
It's like...
It's a need-to-know basis.
It is, because what I want you to know is my resourcing. Like when you
Okay.
think of me, I want you to think